Welcome to the channel. My name's Crown Convict. I wasn't originally going to make a video on this because I had a feeling Jagex was going to come out with something on Monday today, May 12th. And I thought they were going to change their ways. But I don't see a blog post yet, so I'm just going to go ahead and make a video talking about my thoughts on the contracts, what I think they should do moving forward, why I think this blog isn't worded the best, and overall my thoughts of the direction of how we need to go with cosmetics, camos, if you want to call them in a way, or just other cosmetics for other armor, other variants, color changes, whatever. So yesterday, speculation about the Yama contracts came out. First thing I want to say, Mod Goblin is stupid for even saying anything in a Twitch chat about this before a blog post was even related or even submitted and put out to the public for the contracts. Second thing, I believe that not knowing if something was known to the player base or not, stupid to even say anything. Just keep your mouth shut. Was this blog going to come out today or tomorrow before Yama? Probably, but now they probably had to rewrite it, and this is why we had it on Friday before the weekend. So there's that. Contracts are going to be tradable. I think this is a good thing. King Condor, which a lot of you probably aren't fans of, I am. It seems like this community is split. They either love him or they don't. I'm a fan of him. So I'll take that side. He's right. You have to spend money to make money. If you didn't spend money on orbs for the black Torva, the blood Torva, then you would just be walking away with like 40-some mil extra profit every hour versus having to pay the 20+ mil an hour to even do that content to get a better drop. It seems like the contracts aren't going to give you a better chance at a drop at Yama, but I still think that you should pay to get them. And I'll get into that here in a little bit as to why I think you should pay to get them, other than us spending money in the game for the economy makes everybody else have to play more, which keeps you around. But let's keep getting into it. To be clear, Yama is a base intended, so it's gonna be a base boss, and then it's gonna the contract version is gonna be buffed up, right? I think that's cool. Okay, I like that it's soloable, but I don't like that it's not duoable. That's my beef here. I have a really big issue with this stuff being introduced to us as, oh, it's duo, and then okay, you can do a duo, but then when it comes to the hard version, you can only solo it. And the reason I have a problem with it isn't because they don't have a good. It's not because it's like Fasani, right? I have no issue with Fasani being harder than Nightmare, but especially one of the reasons it's harder is because it's solo, right? I have no issue with that. But you deliver the boss to us as it's going to be a duo experience, and then they continue to say here that let me look for it. The kicker with contracts is that you'll have to take Yama down by yourself. This means not getting carried by a friend, right? Do they have to fight twice? Or this is the real issue here. More importantly, we wanted to steer clear of figuring out how to handle. Why are you trying to steer clear of figuring out how to try to handle this? It shouldn't be that hard. First thing you would do to make it doable is you would have both people need the same contract. Yeah, let it be. You wouldn't make them do the fight twice. You would only make them do the fight once, and the boss would be scaled to 2 people. And then if you want to solo it, there's a solo variant. I think that would be so fair. And I'm not talking about a drastic solo variant. When I say scale, I don't mean just health, right? I mean there's probably some sort of mechanic where you need a second person. If you wanted to buff up the fight and make a solo version of it, then you can change that mechanic to be solo but still very difficult. Whether that's more health, whether it does more damage, whether it's, if you mess up the area to negate that mess up, you like improve on it, right? Like if you mess up and you have like 6 ticks to recover in the duo, and in a solo you have 3 ticks, that window for recovery is a lot smaller. If it's that kind of difficulty, that's what I'm okay with. I don't know why they can't handle that. But they continue to say here it was the easy path. They chose the easiest path forward. forward to avoid friends potentially having adverse interactions with each other and having issues. I don't think that even matters anymore. First of all, we're all adults. If you get mad at your friend because you're messing up at a video game or he's messing up at a video game, go do different content and come back to it tomorrow, or just get off for the night. I don't know why they talk about the combat achievements and stuff like that here as to or they did on Twitter. I don't know if they do it. Yeah, they did it on Twitter. It was Ma Goblin talked about how there was combat achievements for Grandmaster that people still haven't done, including me, because you have to get a team that is perfect, right? There's nothing wrong with that, to be honest with you. If you play an MMO, you're going to have a group of friends that you eventually meet that you're going to run this content with, and y'all will get it together. The best way and the only way I learned Top was with friends. We died a bunch, and then we stopped wiping, and then we got completions. So you eventually just learn how to play the game, and that's the problem with what we have going on with Jagex is thinking too much for the player. What they need to do is just put the content out and see how the economy and the player base evolves around it and how we come together. Let's continue. How do you get them? So you get some contracts through the demons. You get difficult contracts that guarantee you rewards, it seems like, from Yama. So you can get some contracts from the demons that are the lower class demons. After you talk to Yama, he'll tell you how to kill them, and then you have potential to get those. And then there's other contracts that you get from Yama that are going to be guaranteeing you rewards, as well as just only coming from Yama, so they're going to be more money. I think that's a great idea. I think the game needs that. Again, they're going to be tradable. Obviously, the ones you get from Yama are going to be a lot more money. If you wanted to, you could grind out the ones at the demons, and you could grind out Yama for a little bit, and this boss is going to make you a ton of money. Why? Because these contracts aren't going to be able to be signed and ran until the 23rd. So you're going to have a week to stack all these contracts, sell them to the sweats who want to be the world's first and want to get all these speed runs in and all this stuff. And then you take all that money, go invest that into your bank or however you want to, buy weapons, and now you can either go do Yama or you can do other content that's going to make you more money to get to Yama. So this is such a good point. I don't have an issue with this at all. This is fantastic that they're doing this, okay? The fact that it behaves like Awakener orbs, but they're trying to keep it cheaper. Look at this, cheaper than orbs. Great idea. So there's a lot of good in this content, but Jagex just drops the ball. First of all, they're thinking for us. They should have just added 2 variants of the boss, duo and solo, and said there's contract. Really, what it would have been cool if they added contracts for both. Imagine they gave you contracts for a duo boss, and then they came out with contracts for the solo variant. That would be incredible, but they don't do that. They're like, oh no, it's just going to be soloable, and then everybody gets up in arms after they told everybody it was going to be a duo boss. So that's the problem. It's almost like they try to advertise something without thinking it all the way through. I think we saw that with sailing and how long it's taken them to get that under their belt. They didn't even know how to make a boat move in the water. Okay, that took us 12 months to figure out how that wanted to do, but we were like, yeah, sailing's coming to the game. So that's all I have for y'all. Be easy. I will be streaming Yama day 1. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to comment. Tell me if I'm crazy. Tell me if you don't like my ideas. I'm sure y'all will. This one's spicy. Be easy.